Hi everyone, so this is Prashant from Globalizers and I'm super excited today and you will all be hearing some very exciting stuff and some very inspiring stuff for some very special. It is my sheer privilege that we will get a chance to meet Rushali. She was a part of Globalizers.
Yes.
Went to US and let's hear what she did and how was her journey and let's try to understand some misconceptions also that you guys keep having. So Rushali, I think it would be wonderful if you can talk about yourself to our audience.
Great. I was also a student over here at Globalizers. I went to Northeastern University for my master's in information systems in fall 18. And
Hold on. So she went for masters in information systems, and I think so many of our students and a lot of students have gone through Northeastern University and MS in information system. But would you tell your background to the audience?
So I did BCom honors in my undergraduate study. I did not have any work experience. I was just a fresher after BCom honors.
Now that's where it becomes extremely commendable, guys. A BCom student, right? And decides to take up the challenge of pursuing almost a technical degree, which is information systems, and it's been 1 year. So how did you cope up when you went there? You had no technical background, right? And you did your BCom and you took your GRE, and then you went to NEU. What gave you the courage to pursue information system, and why did you do that in the first place? And how did you manage to cope up with extremely rigorous technical curriculum there?
So firstly, I had the interest of going into IS because I took informatics practices in my 11th and 12th. So I somewhere knew what kind of IT, like how IT works, how Java works, a little bit of knowledge about that. And then when I decided of going into US, you gave me two options. That was either you can go for MS in finance, that's really good and everything. I was good in finance.
Yeah.
And the other one you told me was management and information systems.
Correct.
So I just looked into what MIS is because I already had a background of how finance works in US. So I looked into MIS and then I was just looking and then I thought, okay, there's analytics also. Okay, so there's information systems also. Okay, so there's CS also. And that's how I developed interest. And then finally I decided, with your help obviously, that how I can actually go for it. And then you said that, yes, in spite of being an BCom student, I can actually go for IS. So I started that way.
Okay, so you reached to Northeastern. Yes. And the classes, how was the class pattern? And
the class,
what would you tell to the people who want to go for any information system, what they should be ready, what kind of a coursework they should be ready, when they're going for NEU, because it's a popular university.
Correct. So when I reached, I was really excited and everything, new college, US obviously, so I was excited and I did not study much. I just had an overview of how Python works and how do we have Java and SQL, like just a very brief overview. But when I reached, it was entirely different. In the first 2 weeks, they had very rigorous assignments that were completely technical, and I had one core subject that dealt with Java. The other one was into software designing.
Okay.
So the software designing was still pretty easy. It had just HTML, CSS, but then you have to learn eventually because I did not have any idea about it. So it was not fun. The first semester was very bad. It was crucial. But then eventually at one moment I even decided to quit because it was so damn difficult, especially Java. But then you understand the professors, the TAs and the people around you.
All help you?
Yes, they really help you, especially the professor. If you tell them, like I told them very clearly, I'm from a very different background, I need some additional help. If you tell them very clearly, they help you out.
Wow.
So they gave me some online tutorial videos that I could watch, their notes or something like that on Drive. One of the professors also shared his personal Drive with me.
Wow.
So that I could actually look into the notes, how things work. So yeah, then it was difficult, but yes, I managed to get a 3.2 in my first semester.
3.2 GPA,
yes.
Not bad.
Yes.
That's decent.
And I know people who were there with me with like 4 to 5 years of experience in the same field, but still they couldn't manage to get a 3.2. So,
but let's say there is a girl who is a fresher.
Yes.
And gets a 3.2, and as you say, that some people who had experience and they could not even touch 3.2. Where do you see the difference?
I see there's a difference in attitude somewhere because I feel that they think that, how things work in India, they try to take it that way, but that's not how US works. US is, I would say, firstly on punctuality. You have to be on time and then do things accordingly. And also the pattern is kind of different over there. It's not like India, like you just work on the last day and you finish the assignment and that's it. Professors actually look into your work. So you need to start working from the start till the end. And that's where your work differs from the people who do it at the end time, because then you innovate when you start earlier. You have the scope of innovation and then how things work.
Great. So I think so. You went for first semester, and then the second semester,
Yes.
and then as we say that NEU makes sense because of its co-op, right?
Correct.
So what was your story of co-op and getting a co-op? I think that's something which would interest a lot of our audience.
So in the first semester it was completely Java, and then I decided I don't want Java at all. I don't want to go for
So
software.
Java was done.
Yes, Java
Okay.
was done. So in the second semester I had finally the option. My core courses were done.
Okay.
So I started with data management and data science,
Okay.
two different fields in
Okay.
data. So
Okay.
I just wanted to figure out how things work and everything. So my second semester I started applying really late in like March 2019. I
Okay.
started applying for co-ops.
Okay.
So our first cycle generally ends in August.
Okay.
Like people generally start by August, but I did not get any of the like good calls at that time. I gave interviews 2 or 3, but then I was rejected somewhere because of my age, somewhere because of the experience, because I was really young or I did not
Yeah,
have
yeah,
experience.
yeah.
But then that did not make sense for me. But finally, till August, I also did an online certification program for data science.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Did that add a lot of value?
Yes, that definitely added a lot of value, because I had 2 courses. One of them was in data management,
Okay.
the other one was in data science, and also certification in data science.
Oh.
So I had 3 things in data then, because the first semester for me, it did not add much value because it was in software,
Okay.
and I was not applying for the relevant field. So then it added value, and fortunately from September 2019, I started getting like 2 calls every week for
Wow.
interview. Yeah, and in the relevant field as well.
September 19.
Yes.
So this co-op thing happened in the last 2.5 months.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
definitely.
okay.
So in September, I had like many calls, in October as well, and there in Northeastern, generally for IS, you have definitely 3 to 4 rounds.
Wow.
For getting a co-op. The first is generally a test. They do not even see you. The test can be an automated or it can be a case study. They just like your resume and they send it to you.
But then the test is like on the technical side?
Yeah, completely technical.
Okay.
So there's like maybe MCQ questions, or they will ask you to write up a piece of code or something and then upload it on GitHub directly, so they
Okay.
can directly see, like there's no submission link or something like that. It depends on company to company.
Okay.
So the first part is definitely very difficult. You need to clear that in order to meet an interviewer. You don't even meet to an interview for like the first round.
Wow.
So second round, you finally meet someone or you talk to them. And then third round, and like a one-to-one conversation with the person who's there on the post right now, to whom you'll be interviewing with. That's the third round. So I gave like 7 to 8 rounds. Like I was there till the final round, but then I got rejected for some of the other reasons. So there was one point I definitely lost hope. But then lastly, I got this in mid-November, I guess, yeah.
The same process
yes,
here as well?
Same process.
Wow.
First I had the case study, then the HR called for like just knowing how things work and like tell me about yourself, and how did you come and all that.
Yeah.
Then the third one was with a person who's a data scientist over there in that company. But he does not work directly with that company, but he's in a subsidiary company or something like
Okay.
that. So he just called, he was really curious about my transition. So he just called me directly without any email or something like that.
Oh God,
So you have to be available on your phone all the
Yeah,
time.
you can't miss the call,
Exactly,
right?
yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
he called directly, and it was really impromptu. So that happened, and then the final call was when I went on site and they interviewed me, they went through my resume and all that stuff, and then I got the admit.
Okay.
There were like 4 rounds.
Okay, 4
Yeah,
rounds,
4
and
rounds.
then you got this co-op confirmation.
Yes, co-op
Okay.
confirmation for business intelligence analyst.
As a BI analyst.
Yes, as a BI analyst.
Okay. And do you have an idea what you'll be working on there?
Yes, I will be definitely working on Tableau, and then the basically company works on Amazon data. Amazon basically outsources their analyzing part to this company.
Okay.
Yes, Channel Incorporation. So they will be making dashboards for the clients, so it is useful for them to make out business insights, like which product is working or something like that. So this will have me in both the sides, the business part as well, that I already have an idea of, and also the technical part.
Technical part also. I think, getting a co-op makes it really exciting.
Yes.
And how do you see road ahead for you now for like completing your masters, and how do you see your next, maybe let's say short-term goals are 2-3 years?
Short-term goals, I feel after completing my internship, I'm also taking a course with my internship. So after that, I'll be graduating, and then I hope to look for a co-op for a full time in the same field in data as well. If not in BI, then in data I'll go one step further. BI is like the second part, you can say the initial when you start with data. The first one is just business analysis, where you just have business and little bit of Excel, that is okay. Then BI analysis is like second part. You come to a little bit of technical part. And then comes data analysis, data science, machine learning, it goes in that way.
Okay.
So I think I'll go up to the ladder and I'll take one more step further.
More technical, you want to inculcate those learnings?
Yes, yes. And I think my co-op will definitely help me to have a professional experience in terms of technical part.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
How you are in Boston, which is probably the best student city in the world. How was your experience of a city which is Boston?
The city is very beautiful, and I would say the people in Boston are they're so helping and they're really nice. You don't even feel that you're lonely or homesickness, nothing like that happens over there. Because the people, I would say the surroundings as well are really nice. And Northeastern is full of Indians, mostly.
Northeastern is
a
lot of Indians.
Lot of Indians, Asians basically. So you feel home, it's okay. Like it does not happen that you're really far or something like that.
And all safe?
Yeah, completely safe. Boston, I come home around 3 or 4 every morning because studies, we have interviews at like 9 a.m. So we need to study, and you cannot study at home. Over there, that's the difficult part. You won't be able to study at home.
So what is your suggestion to our people who are watching this, who want to, let's say, end up getting in any university in Boston, right? So let's say how they should find their accommodation and what is the best way of doing it? What was your experience?
For accommodation, I would say that you can definitely look into the WhatsApp groups that are there, the seniors who are there. You can speak to them and then they'll let you know if they have a vacancy or something like that. Because if you directly go on Facebook, I don't think generally people reply on Facebook and then the posts are just unread or something like that.
Okay.
So definitely you can just, if you can speak to a senior who can help you with adding you into at least one of the WhatsApp groups of NEU, then it will be very easy to find an accommodation. Just post in there that you're looking for like 2 people maybe and what are your preferences, and then people help you out over there.
Okay, so
yeah.
It's usually by referencing and connecting only that you can solve the issue of accommodation. Yeah, and the next thing that I really wanted to understand from you is you were in US, right? And there were a lot of news which keeps coming on newspapers or in media, and the news about students are being sent back. US is not any good for them, anymore. They're not getting jobs, visas getting rejected. So do you feel the same while you are in US, and what is the air, in the country as far as international students are concerned?
I think US is more than happy to welcome international students because they are looking for people who can actually work for them in a good way. And the point you just mentioned about students who are being kicked off or something like that, that happens to students who I don't think work maybe, or they are
doing something illegal.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
If you are like, honestly, I have been there for 1.5 years. I did not face anything. Like, not even my friends or, in Boston, I did not.
Almost everybody's getting jobs and something.
Exactly, yeah. If you're good enough, like, I know people that who actually work hard and they get the job. It might be late. Like, even I was trying from March, but then I got late. So, like, if you are working really hard, then you'll get it. It can be a little late, but yes, you will.
You will. Okay.
Yeah.
So, guys, this was our chat with Rushali herself. And Rushali, we are so proud of you.
Thank you so
You've
much.
set an example for all the BCom, BBA and everybody that you have to take up a call, right?
Correct.
If you want to make a great career, so as per the market demands, you have to live up to the expectations of the market and prepare and develop in a skill set. And you've done it so fantastically. We couldn't be more proud of you, and we wish a tremendous success ahead for you.
Thank you so much.
And I think your family is also equally proud of you.
Yes,
Thank you,
definitely.
Rushali.
Thank you so much,
for
sir.
coming to the office. Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Thank you. Bye-bye.